That looks okay for now. Drag bar. So I'll probably just end up making an image to hold just this specific thing. Looks like a buffered image just requires a file name, so that's pretty easy to do. And we can define it in here. Initialize modules. That's a good place to do it, I think. Although, I don't know why initialize modules is in here. So, from this point we'll read our file. It looks like I have a base directory variable. That's good. And it doesn't include the, or includes the slash. Let's do that. And we'll add drag underscore bar. And then that'll be ready for, oops. The image will be ready for use by pretty much anything. And then at this point, we can tack it on to any module. Right here we'll see we repaint everything inside of the bounds. But for each specific module, they need a drag bar as well. So let me see how we do it here. So I made a draw utils, that's useful. Draw text, draw health bar. Okay. So it's literally just draw image. That's all it is. I assume we have to specify a lot of arguments of some sort. Let's see. X position, Y position, and the window to draw it to. That's fine. You know what? I'm gonna need a different one though, because we have to scale this image. I'm sure there's one for that. Scale? Is that what this is? Scaling it on the fly. Nice. We don't need all that though, we just need this. Or this one. Yes. Yeah, scale to fit inside the XY with height. Cool. That's what we're looking for. Do +2. I'm gonna do this so we get a clearer picture of what's going on. So by doing this, this should draw a bar above any module. We're gonna build it and run it and see what happens. May have broken something, so let's see. No pointer. Oh, I see. We don't actually have the image, do we? Possibly. Alright. I'm gonna copy my OAuth token just for the sake of having it right now. Alright, so we can see there's now like a little bar there. Because this is the Toho Mother module. And this allows us to drag it around and stuff. Now, what I probably want to do is put it above. Just slightly. Instead. So, we'll do this. And then, right above that, we'll actually draw the title of the window as well. So I'm actually going to refactor this. Draw module header. So we'll draw the image first and then the text on top of that. So draw utils, so I don't have to make all the font stuff again. Draw text font. Now here's the interesting part. What fonts do we have available to us? Font. Let's see. You know, I do specify it in here actually. What fonts we use. We could probably use the username font, honestly. Specify that. Specify the... I wonder where the font objects actually are. Let's find out. See where this is used. Oh, there it is. It's in panel. And then I gotta figure out how we manage the... Oh, I have text utils. Nice. That's very useful, actually. So the module name is never going to change. So we should be able to get all these variables in a final version here. Let's see, so title height, and then we can just calculate that right away. And here. This, yeah. So it's going to be this module's name. And the user font. Then we need the height of that converted to an integer. Cool. It's going to be static, so we really don't need to calculate it every single time we draw it. Color. Could just make it black for now. That should give us the name of the module shown right above it. This needs to call this, but with enabled set to, yeah. I think I did this wrong. We want to do it this way. Pretty sure this should just be turn new module. Either that or it returns. Or we just call this. Look that up real quick. Super, that's what it was. Well, no, never mind. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for see, I feel like there should be an easier way to do this. Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. See. Oh, constructor from parameter. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I was looking for. That just leaves... yeah, that's it. Okay, well now I know how to do that. Nice. So with that out of the way, we should have the title of the module above the module now. It's not quite what I was expecting. It's not using the font for some reason. Maybe because it wasn't initialized yet. Although that would be weird. This is initialized somewhere. Okay. It's initialized immediately. Makes sense. Oh, we might not... do we not have the font installed? Pretty sure we do. No, we don't. We're using a different font. Let's see, what are we using? We're using Agency FB Bold with... Yeah, that's right. I changed the fonts, so... I could go ahead and update this for now. I should just update the defaults of the program. So... Apparently the message font is now... Wait, no. That's still the same. This is different, though. Okay. I'll edit this guy as well. Cool. Okay, that looks correct. I need to bring it down a lot. Apparently there's a lot of extra white space. Minus title height divided by 2. There we go. Doesn't really look like... It's not really looking the way I want it to, though. I need a new font. That's what I need. Oh, we have small font, which is the Toe Mother console font. Maybe? Let's see. I think I actually use small font. There we go. Alright, so at this point, need to be able to make it draggable. Dragging that whole module. So we have the mouse pressed event. We're going to be making a draggable window, so we need to set up some variables specifically for that. So by default, dragging is false. The first time we click, dragging will be set to true. And then we look for a mouse release. When mouse is released, obviously we're not dragging anymore, so we release it. Now, I can't remember if these are the coordinates on the screen or if they're the coordinates based on the window. So I'm just going to output this stuff and see what it says. Because it's been a while, so I don't remember how it outputs stuff. Oh, doesn't seem like it outputs anything right now. I wonder why. Should be running for every single module. Well, it looks like it's relative. Wonder why it's not showing up. Did I build it? Yeah, I did. Should recognize the click event somehow, but it's not. Recognizes this, so oh wait, what's this? Oh, because we didn't select a color. That's fine. So this should be running. That's interesting. So this is now running. That's just in the panel. That's weird though. Because I could have swore these buttons worked. Oops. Yeah, they definitely work. So what did I miss? Oh, it's overwritten. Okay, we can do this. So this is a parent class, and mouse pressed gets overwritten. Mouse default. Mouse module press. So basically we'll always call this, and then we'll call mouse pressed afterward. This should be protected. That way nothing else can access it or mess with it. And then we want to go here and change this. Cool. That should work. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, it does. Cool. So now we have the coordinates of where we're clicking. And it is relative to the window, so that's good. So next we'll actually figure out if we change to drag mode or not. So back over here. Drag window. We're gonna need coordinates. So we're checking inside the boundaries right now. In the draggable boundary. That's kind of why I wanted to make this part static, because this right here is where the text is drawn. So right around here is where we draw the image as well. This. we're inside the boundary. We also have to make sure we're not dragging already. So if we're not dragging, and then all of these set to true, and if we're dragging, then the whole module gets moved around with the mouse. So we would do that inside of the tick event, right here, the run. Again, we'll have to do a, let's see, is this called? Yes. Module run. Control also execute run. This needs to be protected. And in here we'll include all the stuff relating to dragging. The boundaries will change, which should move the entire window. So bounds will now be equal to wherever the mouse is. That might require a bit more work. I know there's a way to get the exact mouse position, and I do it when I resize the window, I think. Let me see. Or move the window. What in the world is this? Oh, I see. How to get mouse position. I know we have our mouse listener here. Let's see where we use it. But we don't use it anywhere? It's interesting. Maybe the panel knows where the mouse is. Oh, here we go. Last mouse X, last mouse Y. That should be based on the screen. Alright, let's find out. Alright, that'll give us the coordinates of where the mouse is at that point in time. Now we have to run this instead of this. So, change this to module run. We'll see what that gives us. Alright, so it is relative to the window. That's a good thing. Perfect. So, based on that information, we can now drag the panel anywhere while dragging is enabled. So all we have to do is set bounds at this point to a new 2D rectangle based on the mouse coordinates. And we'll use the boundaries from last time for the width and height. Hey, it's Notori's theme. Not new. Wait. Is not how we do it? What? Hello? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a rectangle. They should all be doubles. Interesting. Or they should be casted to doubles automatically. What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm missing something, and I don't know what. It's been a while. New rectangle. 4 integers. Oh, they're all integers. Duh. Not doubles. Dang it. I feel dumb now. Yeah, you can't have half a pixel. Alright, so what this should do is when I enable dragging, it should start dragging. Oh god, it already happened. So, that's wonderful. Alright, so obviously we have to fix this. I'm gonna rename this to enable window drag. I'm gonna change this to drag window, because that makes more sense. Oh, don't do that. Let's get rid of this and this. So at this point, should be able to drag around the window. However, wherever we drag it to, the previous position needs to be repainted. So we're going to use the repaint every time we drag it around to repaint the last area we were sitting at before we mess with the new section, because as we saw, it kind of screwed up when we dragged it around. So yeah, that should fix it by repainting the area we were just at before moving everything. So drag. No, it doesn't look like it. I'm trying to think why though, the order of events here. So if we repaint and then move it. Oh, you know what? We're not repainting the top of the window. That's what we're not doing. So honestly, these boundaries are incorrect. We need bounds, and then we need draw bounds. Or something to that effect, because the draw boundaries will always be slightly higher. Either that, or we need to put a new method. Get draw bounds. So minus title height. Actually, it's this? No. Minus tile height plus 4. Those are our boundaries. And then we have to cast all of this. Cool. So now, when we repaint everything, we'll use the draw bounds instead. Eh? Oh. Honestly, we should change this to get draw rectangle. Actually, you know what? I won't worry about it right now. Anyways, this should be okay now. It's like a pixel off. I don't know why it's a pixel off, but it is. Alright, good. Alright, next. The buttons are static right now, and we need to move those whenever we move the entire module. So, the buttons are defined... I don't even know where they are. Oh, here. Buttons. Wow, they're separate classes? I was really lazy when I made this. Holy cow. Alright, anyways, the buttons are down here. So... I assume their positions were defined earlier and they're never updated. So in run, let's update the button positions. They don't even have a way to do that right now. We need to make those visible. See, this is bad. This is how you don't write code. I can't believe I did this. Every button is a separate class. I think I did this because I was in a rush. It might be a good time to clean this up. So we're gonna do some object inheritance in order to make this a lot better. We immediately notice that all of these have an image, the button image, an X and a Y position, and the inherited module. So we already know that these buttons have a lot in common with each other. They all have a draw event, they all have a click event. So obviously object inheritance should be very important here. But it doesn't happen right now. And if we do this, we can make it a lot easier to do stuff within the future if we have to. So I'm gonna call this a Coho mother button. And all of these buttons are gonna inherit this class. So we're gonna be moving over this. Basically everything in common is gonna be extracted. And then everything unique to the buttons is just gonna be kept in their classes. So now what I'm going to do is extend these to these. So now they become a parent of that class. So also all gonna be protected. We gotta import stuff. Cool. So now that we have that, we can get rid of these and this. So I actually gave these buttons individual names with very interesting. I literally used numbers. That was my naming scheme. But we're gonna do this instead. This is gonna be an update button. This is gonna be a... Apparently it's a swap button. Then we have a kill button. So where all these come from is each of these does something for the Toho Mother module. The update button was used... I don't even know what it was used for. Oh, it updated all the runs for my Toho Mother speedrun. Whenever I beat it, or... Yeah, I remember this. I don't have it right now, but for my Toho Mother speedruns, I would save when I died, at which split I died at, so I could keep statistics as to... Excuse me, as to how far I got. So all these are going to be changed. Update button, kill button, and swap button. So at this point, we need to change the constructors. And we're going to inherit Super's constructor scheme. It's going to be this. It's basically going to be same as all of these right now. So these are all going to call Super and then do their own thing. Alright, so that's everything that's the same. So we're just going to inherit Super's constructor. And then we do our unique stuff in there. This just makes it a lot cleaner for us. So we're going to be moving all these. Rename. Rename. And rename. Cool. Functionality is still exactly the same. It's just we inherited some things, so it looks cleaner. Now, there are more things to inherit. All of these have a run, or should have a run event. All of these have a draw event. Also have an click event. Key press. Key release. Mouse wheel. Alright. So that's all the stuff that could potentially be in common. For example, all the draw events for all these buttons are practically the same. Literally draw the button on screen. So, since all these are in common, they're all going to be inherited. And here, and we'll just call super. Like so. Did it? Oh wait, super.draw. Like what? Constructor, please. Everything else just kind of does its own thing. Yep. Cool. So we probably have some bad imports in here we have to get rid of now. It's probably what the errors are. Or error. Yeah. And this is... that was just me messing around with stuff. So right now we draw the buttons where they are. What we're going to do is we're going to add an event to this. Module drag event. Now, we're going to call this in the parent. It's going to be used for all modules where we're dragging stuff. So we call this whenever we drag the window and release it. So this is being moved, so we call it, and we'll send an X and a Y position. New X, new Y. I'm just gonna call these mouse X and mouse Y. Crud. Cool. So that can be called for anything where we need that information. Why is there an error? The errors? Oh, yeah. So when this happens, we need to update all the positions of all the buttons. Unfortunately, they're not in some kind of array. So either we call them all individually, or we put them into an array and call all of them. I'm thinking we put them into an array. So we're gonna go Toho mother button. Module buttons. And then we'll initialize that here. Find button. Yes. Kinda wish I didn't make an array now, but yeah, let's turn it into a list. We always like lists. So now that these are all the same class, we can add them all to this list even though they're different classes because their parent class is exactly the same. And then we can iterate through that array in order to execute their drag events. Or we'll call it update position. And from there, we already know what module it is, so we can grab the position that way. So update position is going to be the same for all of these. We just need to change our X and Y position based on it. So we're going to calculate the difference in X position from the module to ourselves. Wait, no, we already do that with X and Y, don't we? So wait, how does that even work? Yeah, we do have to calculate the difference. Module dot X get bounds get X minus our current X position. Same with our Y position. And we need to cast it. Now that we know the difference in our X and our Y positions, we can add it relative to where the new position is. This is not right. I don't think. Did it already move? So it already moved, which means the relative position will not be correct. So we have to supply the new X and the new Y. And the old X. Old X. Old Y. Yeah, because we don't know where it started, we just know where it finishes, so we might as well provide the old stuff too. Okay. That comes from... or that's going to come from here. Module drag event. This. Yes. Okay, so we are changing them. So this is gonna be old X, old Y, new X, new Y. So we can pass those along to here. So we can pass those along to here. With this in place, we can now update the X and Y position. X will now be equal to new X plus diff X. And this needs to be based on old X and old Y. New Y. Stiff Y. Alright, and by doing that, the buttons should move with the modules. Okay, shouldn't be anything wrong with that. So, like this. Rip, the buttons just disappeared into, oh, they're not being updated. That makes sense, okay. That's interesting. Because they should be. Thought they were part of the module. The module is 3... wait. The module is 160... wait a second, this isn't right. It's half the panel height. Did I screw something up in here? I mean, I draw them once, but do I repaint? So when I repaint, they get deleted, and then we have to repaint them again? Yeah, the drawing region is definitely off on this. I need to figure out why. So, let's see. So where we define our buttons, they are 20 less than the height of the panel, 40 less than the height of the panel. The Y positions for these two buttons are exactly the same. Oh, but the X is different. So it should be inside the boundaries, as we subtract, which means it's definitely inside. We're gonna go back here real quick. I'm just gonna try something here, see what happens. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay. So this is telling me... oh crud, I lost it now. Rip. This is telling me they're to the left. I'm trying to draw it. So maybe I flipped it. I think I flipped it. X will always be greater than the window. for the panel. Kinda? Where did they go? Wonder. Do we have mouse release? Oh, we could do it in run as well. So we have mouse press. We need mouse release though. Should be a mouse released in here. So here's mouse released. I guess we have to enable it. So if we were dragging, we're not dragging anymore. Should be it. So I don't know why those end up way down there. Doesn't make any sense. Alright, so we need to do some debugging, because clearly I have no idea what's going on with those right now. Okay, so let's just output some variables. X. Let's do it this way. Gotta shrink this window real quick. Alright, so it says the old is 0, 0. Oh, maybe it's so I'm just not passing the dang information. Well, that would make sense. Let me see. Old X comes from get X and get Y. Oh, I see. We're not getting the modules X and Y. We're getting the... Is it just X and Y? Bounds. That makes more sense. The panel never moves. The module does. Well, I feel silly now. Was getting the wrong values this whole time. Alright, cool. This might work. Awesome. That's what we're looking for. Good. So now we have a draggable module. So as you can see right now, if I click it, it actually jumps the cursor, which is not quite what I'm looking for here. What I want instead is it to be relative. Oh, also we can undo that plus 400 thing I put earlier. I don't know where it is now. Other module. No, module. The draw event. The boundaries. Get rid of this 200 because we don't need it anymore. Since we figured out why it wasn't working in the first place. Anyway. So that's pretty neat. The only thing is it always snaps to the edge of that cursor, so what I want to do instead is make it so there's a drag offset, I guess you could call it. The drag offset is set when we first click it. So drag offset will be equal to the x bounds minus the mouse x. Is that right? So if the boundary is at 0 and we click at 4, 4 minus 0. Sure. Or we do it the opposite way and just add it. Mouse x plus mouse x minus. Mouse is at position 4. Be 4 minus 0. That'd be subtracting it. Zero minus 4. That's what we're looking for. Wait, why do I need a rectangle? I need a vector. Here we go. Oh. This not right? Oh, I see. Do I not just have a basic point class? Kind of want to make one now. Let's see, we got text utils, sound utils, file utils. Why do I not have a utils package? That's silly. Sig.utils. Remove this, this, this and this all into our utils package because I'm tired of them being separated. Cool. Then what should we call this? Code utils? Structure utils. Actually, we need a class. Never mind, we will not use structure utils. We'll just make a class. Point. So apparently it does not exist. Very simple. But I don't have one, and it is bugging me. Cool. So now we made our own point class, just real quick, because I'm tired of doing this. Alright, awesome. Wait, there's a point class for... Well, nice. That's what I was looking for this whole time. Okay, we don't need our point class anymore, because one already exists. So work as I would expect. Let's see. It's probably just integers. Constructor is x and y integer. There you go. Very nice. Well, we don't need this anymore. So now that we have our drag offset, whatever we're dragging, the mouse X position, will actually be offset by whatever the drag offset is. Are these not... Why are these always doubles? Makes no sense. Alright, let's try that and see how it goes. Awesome. So now it doesn't snap, it just drags with the cursor. So now it's like an actual dragging thing. The last thing I want to do is make the cursor change to that little arrow cursor when you mouse over it. That way you know you can drag it around. Because it's only intuitive to do something like that. So we need to change the cursor. I don't exactly know how that works, but we'll find out. Mouse cursor change. Should be... All set cursor. Okay. So when it's in range, when it's within the area, I want to change the cursor. So we'll do a modify. Actually, we can do it in here. Drag window. I'm gonna call this drag bounds. In drag bounds. So that's to determine if we're in the drag bounds, so... Change the cursor. Set cursor. Cursor dot. Crosshair? Move? Move. Kidding me? It's a class with a constructor for a constant an integer. I guess that makes sense. No, this time I'm searching for something. For you. Get type. This time I'm searching for something. Nice. Perfect. This time I'm for something. Okay. I'll be right back. Need a quick break. Alright, I am back. So this went pretty well. The module system, that is. I'm really glad I got this working. It's pretty dang nice. So, draggable modules. Unfortunately, I didn't actually make the chat thing a module, so it's just kind of stuck at the top of the screen. I don't know if I'll ever change that, but at least these modules are draggable, which is pretty dang awesome, I'd say. So I guess the next step is I want to make another module. I want to make a module that announces Twitch followers. But in order to do that, we have to be able to reach the Twitch API. So I did pull up some information about the Twitch API, and I'm gonna try to see if I can incorporate some of that into my program. For now, let's at least make the module, get it going. Also, we need to download all required dependencies. Let's see. So you can see everything inside this folder here. We need to provide it with all the files that we needed to download. So I'm actually going to incorporate the drag image into one of the required downloaded items. The drag bar. I'm just going to slide it onto my server. Boom. And then we'll call it as something to update. In addition, I want to remove the pinging sound for OAuth token authentication if it's not valid after one message. So we're gonna do this. Played OAuth sound once. It's gonna be set to false at the beginning. Then right here. Your auth token was not successful. Please go to blah 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 blah. So this message will keep popping up, but not the sound. The sound will not keep playing. So I'm gonna add an argument to add message for whether or not we should play the sound or not. So we're gonna have another version of this constructor before playing the sound. By default it'll be true, of course. Everything here will already do. like so. Now we have a constructor for play sound. We can incorporate that into add message. We'll include an override version of this without it. By default, we will play the sound. Then we can make our way back to here and say don't play the sound if rc.oauth. Then cool. So now if we mess up our OAuth token, it's not going to spam the heck out of us for not having it. I'm going to go in here and prove that real quick. Yes. So play it once, the message appears, and then it won't play that sound anymore. It will keep saying the message, but it's not going to actually affect the outcome. Yeah, everything's all good now. Alright, now I need to remove the debug messages for dragging a module. We don't need that anymore. I don't know where I put it. Might be in here, the debug stuff. Because I was testing this specifically. Yeah. Don't need any of that anymore. So now that I've successfully done this, I'm going to commit before I continue on with the project. So this is pretty awesome. Unstaged. Staged? Yes. Don't know about the PNG file, because I don't think I include that stuff in my project. So, ignore. Added dragging capabilities for modules. Cleaned up button class for toe mother module. And removed constant dinging sound when no auth token does not authenticate properly. Cool. That way we have some kind of checkpoint. Cool. So a lot of this was just code rearranging. Obviously the dragging function was added. So it's pretty dang nice. I like it. So before we start working on trying to implement a Twitch API, let's make a new module and set it up for later. So I'm going to add in Twitch module enabled config command here. Twitch module. I wonder if I have to change how the config is saved. Save properties. Properties.store. Oh. Heck, the way I did it, it works wonderfully. It's interesting. Config file. Set all default properties. Get property. That's very interesting. I just defined every single property. Go. So if it's not in there, it gets added, and that's it. I don't understand what this is for then. Is this for a custom config? Right. Let's make the Twitch module. So it's going to extend the regular module. Let's import, let's see. So we just follow super. I don't understand what enabled is for. Enable. What do we use that for? Just sets it up. So if it's not enabled, it probably doesn't do anything. Wonder why that's there though. Oh, here we go. Enabled. Guess we'll do it. Just for the sake of doing it. So I assume with the Twitch module, if I don't do anything with it, it's just gonna create it with no extra things. I'm just gonna try it like that and see what happens. So the Toa Mother module is 320 pixels wide, so we'll start that one at 320. And we'll make it as large. Let's make it 240 pixels wide. And let's make it only 96 pixels in height for now. Call it the Twitch module. So just doing that should at least enable the module there. You can see the Twitch module is now here. Has nothing. Uh-oh. Why doesn't this work now? That's interesting. I can drag. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. The mouse cursor is conflicting now. That's interesting. So, the reason why the mouse cursor doesn't change for the other one is because the other window is changing the cursor back. So basically, we need to set a variable that's global among all the modules about whether or not it's over a drag panel or not. So we'll just do something like public static boolean in drag zone, and it'll be false by default. If we are in the drag zone of either module, it'll be set to true, and that determines the state of the cursor. So we won't do any cursor stuff here. We'll control it elsewhere, inside the base module class. I'll probably put in the module run here. That way I can manage it better. Modify cursor. Alright, we don't need this anymore. That's how you spell that. So can you make anything you want in Minecraft? Sure. Of course, you can do anything with programming. Your imagination is the limit. In drag zone. You'd have to set to false every time. So we'll set to false before we do this. And then if it gets set to true, we won't touch it afterward. So if we're in drag zone, cursor should be, let's see. Cursor type. So we'll change the cursor here to the move cursor. Otherwise, if we're not in a drag zone and the cursor is set to a move cursor, we'll set back to the default cursor. Actually, this is just the default. Can you make me a character that is immortal with the power to stop time at will? Also give me a creature that I control that punches at 1650 kilometers per petasecond. Petasecond. Doing infinite damage per punch that also creates a black hole to the 4th dimension. If you could do that, invite to that server. I mean, if you want to learn programming, you could do that. Dang it, why didn't it work? Drag zone gets set to true. It should not get set to false ever. So cursor set to cursor. Oh, I see what happened. So yeah, we do need this. That was a logic fail on my part. It's still not working, surprisingly. I do this for a hobby. It's my passion. So I don't do what other people tell me to do. That's kind of missing the point. I do what I find fun and interesting. It's nothing to do with creating things for other people. I could care less about that. I mean, in your eyes, yeah. Everybody has different opinions. Should not get set back to default cursor. Drag balance, drag zone is true. and drag zone for module name. So that means I should set that to true. Module run, oh, module run runs twice. So this has to go outside here. Okay, that's why it wasn't working. Perfect. You gonna invite me to the server? I mean, if you're actually interested in joining, you're more than welcome to play on our Minecraft server, but that's your decision. How much? What do you mean, how much is it? You're talking about Minecraft? Minecraft is expensive nowadays. It was cheap years ago, before it even came out. Yeah, it's 27 bucks now. I bought it when it was 10. Never mind, broke. Right? Minecraft's expensive nowadays. Story of my life. Hey Storm, welcome. Alright, so now that we have the Twitch module and we have to try to communicate with the Twitch API, so I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna create a little, what would you call it? I'm gonna inherit the draw method. So we can do some stuff. Oh. So I'm just gonna do a little console thing for now. And we'll make it Twitch module goes here. Just do this for now. Module. Underworld did I call this? Oh, bounds. Duh. god, that's big letters. I need to put that farther down. That's not where I wanted that. Okay, which module goes here? Also, so using the console, I want to try and get some information. Apparently it's as easy as fetching it from the API. Like this, so I tried to do it that way. See how that goes. I'm using the way I fetched emotes as a reference. Oh, you know what? TwitchEmotes.com had its own API. That's how they did it. So this isn't Twitch, this is Twitch Emotes. Twitch does its API differently. Well... in that case, I'm gonna have to find a way to grab this. Figured there would be something for this. Perfect. So let's port this. Actually, I might be able to do projects from Git. No, wait, no, let's not do that. Actually, maybe. Let's see. Only issue is I want to import the files into my project. Let's see. What's this called? Java Twitch. This one. It's not what I want. I want... this stuff. Whoops, that didn't work. What did I just do? There we go. Cool. Oh, I should have imported it like this, shouldn't I? Whoops. We could fix that. Better. What else am I missing? Faster XML. So we need this. This. Cool. Still something wrong. What is this? What is wrong? It's interesting. JSON parser. Let me download it from the repository. Because I clicked the direct download one. It might not be the right thing. Downloaded 2.4.5. Let's try 2.9.0. Did not fix it. That's interesting. It is indirectly referenced from required class files. Directly. Honestly, we probably don't need to worry about it failing anyways. Let's get more. Ah, dang it. I wonder why this is Let me reread what are the dependencies on this thing. Needs version 2.4.5. The library and the two above are required. A jar with all depends. Oh. I should have gotten this instead. Beautiful. That's even better, because it's already compiled. Perfect. Alright, so now see if we can set this up. Honestly, this should just call enabled with true. Alright. Then we can set this up. First I need to get a client ID. That's not what I'm looking for. SIG RCV2. Oh, I see. I wonder if I have to include the port number. I feel like I don't, but let's do it anyways, just to be safe. I feel like that's redundant. So I think I have to hide this. Fred. Let's do that. Be right back. Channel response handler. Interesting. Where is follow? Get follows, get total, set follows, set total. Also got a response handler. Yeah. Quest. Why is this not helpful? Well, that is not helpful at all. I guess we could use the information from here to figure out the rest. Actually, I think it describes it up here. Okay, so each one gets a handler. Each handler has a set of things. Quest parameters are extra parameters, but aha! Okay. So here are the parameters for channel follows. They're all optional though. We can just do a get follows. Maybe we should do the channel name. Let's see. Where do I store the channel name? Server? Channel. Is this public? Channel. Nope. Why isn't it public? I wonder if I should make it public. Kinda want to. That's definitely not server, as far as I can tell. It's channel. Server is, yeah. What kind of handler does this produce? Let's see. Channel follows response handler. And from there, is there really not channel response handler? We just import it. That's weird. Look at the Java docs one more time. Channel response handler. Says on success. It's really weird. Feels like it's missing stuff. It's on success, it prints out. Oh, this isn't even the right thing. Prints out channel follow. Let's see. It says it's a void. Interesting. Oh, I see what I did wrong. This makes more sense. Not found. Oh, you know what? It's not included, is it? Although it should be. That's weird. 123 kilobytes. That doesn't sound right. Because this thing's over a meg. So it should be included. Let's see what happens when I do this. Except it worked. What? See, that looks more correct, but that one should have worked. Says true. Makes sense, but interesting. Expired projects. Source. No.
Game time. I'm on one, like it's Kelly and I'm Bay bound. Treat the greatest competition like the playground. Freestyling J spin and make them say wow. Then I beat the brakes off until I'm stay down. Became a king from a common man, and I turned my worst critics to my staunchest fans and worked at it until the world was believing. They gave them no choice but to see it. They say the greats always aim high and still stay grounded at the same time. And so they see a sky native with the hang time. That's why ain't no one can see us when it's game time. They say the greats always aim high and still stay grounded at the same time. And so they see a sky native with the hang time. That's why ain't no one can see us when it's game time.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Runnable jar. That might help. I don't have an ant script either. You have a project builder. I don't understand what the point of this is. It seems important. Let's see. Oh, what do you know? Apparently I needed that. So it didn't actually do anything for me though. It just caused it to work. Didn't say anything. Which means it might have failed? Possibly. Well, let's figure out why it failed then. This probably returns the error code. Example response. 404 not found. Let's see. 404 not found, of course. I bet you it's because there's a hashtag in it. That's probably why it says channel not found. Yeah, there is a hashtag. How about we delete that? So let's connect to... Let's make a new text util thing called get actual channel name. Turn a string. So just take the channel and remove the hashtag. Replace first. One of these with nothing. 4 not found. Oh wait, I didn't actually change it here. Whoops. Hey! Successfully found followers for channel signal Notori. Total is 1533. Alright, nice. That's a good start. So now we're getting info from the Twitch API. Can I change this? Oh, I'm not signed in. Okay. Can I change it from here? What's it called? What?
Ooh, I've been creeping under your skin for so long. Ooh, I am in your head, so tell me, is it wrong? Ooh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. Ooh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. You fell under my spell, my spell. You fell my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell, my
Need to borrow list utils from my Minecraft plugin. Debug utils? No. Text utils. I have output hash map. Alright, whatever. We'll just output it and see what happens. See what happens. Oh, good God. Okay, I thought that was what was gonna happen. It gives us the last 25 followers? Yeah, the last 25 followers. Or something like that. So, this is good because it allows us to get pretty much any information at this point in regards to who last followed, and we can use this to determine to output information about them. So the very first element in the list is the most recent follow. So I'm thinking of how I want to do this. I don't even know why it's java.util.list. It should just be list. Get item. Oh, I see. Dang it. Text is too big, but let's make it wider, the module. Get like 640 or something. Or we can scale it. Didn't think about that. Let's scale the text. Text attribute. There's not many options in regards to that, is there? What other text attributes are there? Character replacement, foreground, current size. Interesting. Holy cow. Something we're not gonna mess around with tonight. Maybe. Well, it might not be too bad, but for now we'll just increase the size of the module. Where is this thing? I can't even find it right now. Initialize modules. Here we go. Let's do panel.getWidth minus 320. Simple. Let's see. So I'm gonna write down follower notification system. So there's a couple of things we have to accomplish with this. Write a unique follower notification. First time user follows. Actually, what other information do we get from that? I need to read what these are. Turns a list of emoticons users authorized to use. That might be an interesting one to look at because you might be able to get more emotes that way. Channel specific emotes. I didn't think about that. Let's see. Is the source available for this? Yes. So this is a program I manage called SIG IRC v2. It's on GitHub. That's where I keep my code. So if you're interested, just have to look that up. SIG IRC v2. It's there. When I get done with this, I'm probably gonna do another commit. I'm messing around with stuff right now. Did lose my train of thought though. Oh yes. New to Java. No problem. Created at. I'm gonna guess this. Wait a second. I'm reading this wrong. This is when the follow entry was created. That makes sense. And then I have another one. This is when the account was created, because this is the user. Okay, that makes more sense. This is all the user. This is when the follow entry was created. I don't watch anime. It's funny. I'm guessing we could use this to display their logo too. That'd be pretty cool. I would actually like to do that. $300 by $300, that's pretty generous. Most of the time they're not stored that large. I like it. It's quite a bit to work with. So for the database, I think it's best to store the user ID, because if we store that, then they change their names, it won't think it's a different user. So user ID is add to database to prevent duplicate follow entries. First time user follows. Display logo plus name of user. Current display name of user. Display scrolling bio. Probably Glaceon. Probably will be a Glaceon sound. I think that's all I really want to include with that. Oh, another thing too, which would be a little more complicated, but users that follow stream detection. I'm pretty sure I have a way to detect when the stream is on. Let's see. Returns a stream object if live. Okay. So only if it's live, huh? That might work. Might be under streams. What else do we got? Get a user's resource. So if we get that, we can get emotes. So that might be something I would be interested in. Get user specific emotes. So that might be something to do later, I think. Get a user object. Okay, so it ends up being the same. That's fine. I was just curious. Anyways. So if we do get channel name, and it happens to not be online, it shouldn't return anything. We'll find out in a second here. In the world? Oh. Get rid of this. What's the link to the GitHub page? I'll link it for you. Stream data is available. Let's see what that says. So it says stream data is available. Alright, let me try a stream that is not online and see what happens. Let me see. Because if this is a way to detect streams that are offline, alright, Duck's not online, so we could do that. The duck is hot. Stream data is available. Okay. So that doesn't tell me if it's offline or not. What does? That's what I need to figure out. Summary, get. There's got to be a parameter for this. Streams. Turns a stream object if live. If offline. Oh. Oh, it does return something, it's just null? I guess let's look at the data. So if it's offline, it should say null. Okay, yeah, it is null. But my stream, it should say specific data because I'm online. Yes. Okay, so that's an easy way to determine if it streams online. Huh, it's got everything. Viewers, when the stream started. Data about the video stream preview? Is that like the thumbnail? Let me see. Kinda curious. Oh hey, it's a thumbnail of the stream. That's interesting. Yeah, no problem. Wait, stop. Channel summary, mature is false. Sick chill stream. Man, this has everything. Cool. Alright, that's gonna be helpful. Stream is offline. Yes. Stream is online. So that should say stream is online. And then this should say stream is offline. Cool. Alright, we're on to something here. So now we have a way to detect if a stream is online or not. And we have a way to get the last follower, or followers, and figure out they're online. But what is this? Paper honk? My god. Alright, so this is going to be very helpful. So, detect users that follow while offline. Announce them when stream is online. Easy. Announce them next time stream is online. Store last announced user ID. Try to find next stream. Ooh. Alright, so this is a lot. Obviously, to work through. So, I think I'm gonna make a new folder. Create user folder. Here for you. So we're going to use the base directory, user dir, new file, use the base directory, plus, I believe there's a slash in it already, so we just do users, and then we try to create it, create new file. Is there a directory? Make directory, that's what we're looking for. Make it. If not exists. So if it doesn't exist, make it. Cannot find Twitch user directory, creating. So that should make our user folder. for the first time. Yep. And if we run it again, it won't say that anymore because it already exists. So, we should. Oh no, I didn't want to make in here. I want to make in here. Okay, we're changing that. Sig IRC users. I'm actually gonna save this as the base directory for this. Public static string. Final static string, actually. User directory. Cool. So then we can reference it down here. Cool. So I made a new one, but in the place I wanted it to be. So that's where all the info about users is gonna go. So the next step is to actually create user profiles. So if this doesn't exist, we're just gonna assume everybody's that's already followed is a follower. So we're actually going to, alright, need to return something here. First time, or yeah, we'll call this first time. By default it's false. First time equals create user folder, which means we're gonna have to change this to a boolean, and we'll output it as whether or not this exists. If it doesn't exist, return true, it's the first time. Otherwise return false, it's not the first time. So if first time is true, we're gonna connect and get all the followers to our channel. Get followers. Pass first time. Boom. We're gonna use our follower code here. Oh, let's pass our manager. Get actual channel name. Alright, so populate all of our followers for the first time. So add follower. Silent is based on first time. So this is going to be our silent variable. What is the difference? Oh, I see. We're inside of a response handler. Yeah. Silent. So if it's silent, it means we don't announce it, we just silently add the follower to our list of users. So actually it's gonna be user profile user dir plus, I wonder if there's a slash. I don't think there's a slash. How about we add a slash? And then we have to get the ID of the user. So add all this to get the user stuff. Wait a second. Let's do it this way. For follower, channel follow, f in follows. Did I really forget this? Channel follow. Get user, get ID. If it doesn't exist, we're gonna create it. Then inside that file we'll add, what do we add? I don't think we add anything, we just create it for now. We're not going to use the user profile for anything. We can add when they followed. Yeah, why not? Let's open it and add something to it. I got some file utils here that I want to borrow. Read from file. Oh, I don't have right to file. For some odd reason. I think I like config files better though. So we might do that instead. I swear I made something to write to files. Maybe it's under generic functions? Write to file. File. Log to file. I'll take it. It's better than nothing for now. I just need something simple to use. Oh. Wait. Log to oh, I already had all of this. What the heck? What am I thinking? Write to file. Is this appending? Nope, it does not append. Log to file appends. Okay, we'll use that. File utils. Log to file. The date. So we'll do user profile. No, we'll do f.get created at file name user profile. Actually, this is the file name. I think I preferred place by day format .for. Oh, okay. I'll use that. Or not. Hold on. Day format .format. Yeah, that's what I want. Is that not a thing? I'll make a set. Oh, I see. We need to create a new date format. Let me see, what do we... I've never used this before. It's an abstract class. Okay, so it's got fields instead. That makes more sense. Good. So we'll add all the followers silently, right? Alright, let's see how that turns out. So I'm going to delete the users directory as if this was the first time I was launching the program. It should populate our followers. Perfect. So these were the last 25 followers, sorted by ID. Inside they have the data which they joined, or they followed. Good. And then, so now we have a database of people that followed, and we go from there. We need a... So that was for the first time. That will never happen again after that first one. So let's say I delete like these and start it up again. It shouldn't populate anymore. Okay, good. Wait. Oh no, it did. What? Did I not include the if statement? Get followers. Oh. Yeah. Whoops. Stream online. So we need to get if the stream is online. Get stream online status. Actually, we'll do is stream online. This is the only place where we return true. Everything else we return false. Oh no, this isn't... okay. Stream online is false. Set it to true here. This needs to be, what is it called? Wait a second. We need a static variable. I think. Yes. Wait. RIP. What am I trying to do? I need something to temporarily hold the value of whether or not it's online or here. Stream online. Do it this way. So in here is stream online. Yeah, that's going to be important later. So if silent, boom, do that. So if I were to delete these again, silent should be true, so it should not populate these like it did last time. Good. However, if I delete this directory and run it again, it should get everything. Excellent. So it's working as planned. Now, the next step do I even need these? I don't think I need those. Yeah, we do. It's required. So we add all the followers we currently have. And we have to handle all followers that are new, that don't have existing profiles. So if their profile does not exist, and we find out they're in the list of recent followers, we know they were a follower, so we should add them. So now comes the interesting part. We either add them to the queue of followers to announce, or we're going to add them to the queue of followers that need to be announced in the future, depending on if the stream is online or not. The stream or the followers will not get announced if the stream goes offline. That just doesn't make sense. If you go offline and you follow, next time the stream starts up is when the followers should be announced again. So, with that in mind, if not stream online, save their ID to a queue. So we're gonna have a place to log people who need to be announced. create user folder and create the first time. Create follower queue log. So we'll just write it to a file, we'll append it, and add a new line character afterward. For now. Log to file. Message will be just their ID. So we can get their info later. File name will be... You know what? I really need to save that as well, I think. So we have followers.text here. I'm going to turn that into a variable as well. Follower queue file. And we can just use that instead of typing this every time. This is going to be a long, so we have to turn it into an string. So we log their ID to a file to announce as a follower later. Announce it now. Announce follower. And then we'll do other fancy stuff here later. To do. What am I doing? I'm just rocking out to the music right now. Alright. Log it to a file, that's all for now. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do it. Save their ID to queue and then add them. So we'll go add follower. So we should still be able to do this. Create user profile. Boom. So we create a user profile either way. And no matter what, we create a user profile. Alright, so here's what should happen now that I created that. All those users I deleted, my system is gonna think they are new followers since the last time I streamed. And for now, I'm just gonna do this. So it's gonna announce that they quote-unquote followed, since my stream is online right now. For all the people I, deleted earlier. So... did this break? This might have broke. Oh no, I just paused it, I think. Yeah. So I added their profiles afterward, and it just announced them right away. Now if the stream was offline, and it was populated, it would add them to a file. I'm gonna demonstrate that by forcing my stream to be quote-unquote offline. So I can just return false here for now. Just for testing purposes. So now if I delete some of these users that followed me, it's gonna actually add them to a file so that they get announced later. So all of these IDs that just got added, they need to be announced later. I don't like that they get added an additional new line. We don't want that. So long.toString. This is a long, right? Yes. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to delete that file, delete these, and do this again. Just for the sake of testing. So this is if my stream is offline and it detects some followers. What? Did I not build? Oops. Let me do that again. Build. Okay, there we go. I didn't delete the file though. Alright, cool. Good. So far we store every ID that follows if we're offline, and we announce it if they're online. At least in the console. We obviously haven't made the visual portion of it yet. But we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a work in progress. At least we have the ability to detect them now. So... let's see. Clear follower announcer queue. I'm gonna put that in here actually. So I hope we can convert an ID to a user. We should be able to. Maybe not? Uh-oh. Yeah, we can't get them by... We have to get them by username, not IDs. Okay, we can do that, that's fine. Not a big deal. Because your username never changes, just your display name. I think. Is that right? That might be right. So, don't store IDs, store names instead. So let's replace get ID with get name. I have to convert this now. Assume that every user name is unique. So when somebody logs in to Twitch with their name and they change their name, they still use their old name to log in? Name and display name. Let's see. Oh, this was ages ago. What if we store all of it at that point in time? We get the user ID, store their name, and then announce it later. I kinda like that, actually. That way we kind of have a reference to use. We just kind of store our own profile of them. I do like that. Alright, let me undo what I just did. Get ID. And so we'll store their IDs, but in the file, we'll write down some extra data about them. We already write down when they joined. We'll also include their other stuff. Get their bio. Wait, we don't want to do this. Whoops. Don't do that. Stop! Get display name. Get their logo. Get name. Get type. So we'll just log all that information about them. That way we won't have to worry about finding their data later based on ID. We'll just have it set up that way. If their bio is null, that must mean they just don't have a bio. Okay, well, anyway. Yes, it's looking good. It's not gonna happen again, right? We run it one more time. Make sure it doesn't happen twice. Cool. Z, oh my god, it's soup. I am a professional meme. Okay. Somebody that followed me is a professional meme, guys. Alright, well, it's been fun. This is a good stopping point because I would be doing follower integration tomorrow. So I'm going to be calling it a night here. For those of you that tuned in, thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. These need to be... These are not supposed to be in this folder. I need to delete that. They don't even exist. What in the world? Wait, what? Ignore. Those of you that tuned in, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you all tomorrow as I continue working on this. Added Twitch API framework for followers. Retrieval and detection of user profiles. Plan follower features.